Picture yourself at an online poker table, thinking you're playing your best game, only to find out someone is watching everything you do. In online poker, scams can happen behind the scenes where players can't see them. Today, we'll look at some shocking stories, like how players at Ultimate Bet and Absolute Poker felt like their opponents could see their cards. We'll also talk about the famous Black Friday event that shook the poker world, along with the bold scam at Pitbull Poker. Get ready to learn about the dark side of online poker, with real stories that show just how deep the cheating can go. Have you ever played poker and felt like someone could see your cards? In late 2007 and 2008, players on Ultimate Bet, UB, and Absolute Poker, AP, noticed something odd about certain opponents. One player, called Potripper, was winning a lot of money with strange playing styles, which raised concerns in the poker community. Players started looking closer, analyzing hundreds of hands, and concluded that Potripper was likely cheating. As investigations continued, it was discovered that special accounts, known as super user accounts, were being used to see other players' hole cards. This confirmed the fears of widespread cheating. Absolute Poker managed to return $1.6 million to affected players, but Ultimate Bet lost much more, with over $20 million taken from its players during this scandal. Despite attempts to get the money back, many players at Ultimate Bet never received their funds. This left a long-lasting impact on the online poker community. Russ Hamilton, the 1994 WSOP champion, found himself in trouble when accused of using a super user account to cheat, which damaged his reputation in the poker world. What happens when a popular online poker site gets shut down by the government overnight? In April 2011, the US government took serious action against online poker, focusing on big sites like Full Tilt Poker, FTP. Many players were shocked when federal agents raided FTP's offices and took their domain names. While PokerStars players could quickly withdraw their money, FTP players were left in limbo. It was revealed that FTP had mishandled funds, using players' deposits to pay for their operating expenses and allowing risky practices. This left FTP's bank accounts almost empty, and players wondered if they would ever see their money again. The founders, including Ray Bitar, were deeply involved in the scandal, hurting their reputations and the trust of the poker community. Eventually, FTP players were able to get their money back when PokerStars bought FTP and settled with the US Department of Justice. Some FTP executives made deals with the authorities, but others, like Chris Ferguson, managed to return to the poker scene, leaving many players feeling frustrated and cheated. What happens when players discover a flaw in a poker site that lets some see their opponent's cards? Highland Poker Club was set up in 2000 and promoted by the famous Doyle Brunson. It was one of the first online poker rooms. Chip Reese, a well-known player, decided to give it a try. However, after playing a few hands of Limit Hold'em, Reese noticed something strange. His opponent always folded to his strong bets and raised or called when he was bluffing. It felt like his opponent could see his cards. The truth was shocking. A group of cheaters had hacked the Highland Poker software, letting them see Reese's cards. Instead of using this advantage over time, they tried to wipe him out in one session. But their plan didn't last long. Within a few hours, they were caught, their accounts were banned, and their money was taken away. The flaw in the software was quickly fixed, stopping any further cheating. While Reese and the other honest players were glad the cheaters were caught, the incident raised concerns about security in online poker. Thankfully, the site acted fast to make sure players could trust it again, and players continued to enjoy poker at Highland Poker Club, now more aware of potential risks. What if a poker site was taking money directly from the pot during games without anyone noticing? Pitbull Poker was an online poker room that ran from 2004 to 2009. It used a Flash-based client and attracted many players, especially those looking for bonuses. However, players soon began to accuse the site of cheating. They claimed that a part of the pot would mysteriously vanish during games. It looked like the owners thought no one would notice their sneaky plan. Even though their actions were bold, the people behind it faced no immediate punishment. Then, on September 29, 2009, the site suddenly shut down. The owners, who were based in Costa Rica, loaded all their equipment into a truck one night and disappeared without a trace. No one knows how much money they took from players. While many players were left confused about their money, the quick exit of the Pitbull poker team showed how important it is for players to be careful. Even though the site vanished, it became a warning to others in the online poker world about the risks and tricks that can happen in the industry. What do you do when a popular poker site can't pay you? In the mid-2000s, Bodog was a popular online poker site. Many players loved playing there, but then problems started. Players noticed long delays in getting their winnings. At first, people thought it was a temporary issue, but weeks passed and frustrations grew. Reports began to spread that Bodog was using shady payment methods, making it hard for players to withdraw their money. Players who had won big were left wondering if they would ever see their funds again. They started sharing their stories online, demanding answers from Bodog. Eventually, Bodog faced a lot of pressure to fix the problem, but many players were still waiting for their money. This scandal hurt Bodog's reputation and reminded everyone to be careful when choosing where to play poker online. Imagine sitting at a poker table, confident in your skills, when a new player swoops in, capturing your attention. But what if that newcomer has a hidden agenda that could cost you millions? In one of the biggest poker scams ever, Patrick Antonius and Johnny Lawden were tricked through the MSN Messenger app. A player pretending to be a beginner joined their high-stakes game, catching their interest. When they accepted a chat request from this player, a Trojan virus was installed on their computers. This virus gave the scammer access to a bug that showed Antonius and Lawden's cards. Because of this, the scammer was able to beat them easily. They only figured out what was happening after losing over $3 million, but the scammer was never caught. This scandal highlights the importance of better security in online poker. Even the best players need to stay alert to the changing tricks used by scammers. What if your poker coach was secretly undermining your game? In a surprising turn of events, one of the top online players revealed himself to be a skilled manipulator. Between 2010 and 2011, Jose Gira Macedo was quickly making a name for himself in the online poker world, thanks in part to support from Daniel Cates. He became a member of elite coaching communities, drawing many eager students who wanted to learn from him. During a video call, Gira encouraged his students to take on a player called Sauron 1989, claiming he would be an easy opponent. However, this so-called fish kept winning against them. It was later discovered that Sauron 1989 was actually Gira's friend, to whom he had shared information about his students' cards. After this scandal broke, Macedo disappeared from the online poker scene. This incident highlights the risks of placing trust in the poker community. Many players began to doubt the honesty of coaching practices in online poker after the scandal. If these stories about online poker scams surprised you, remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our tips about the world of poker.